Looks like we are live. So, we're going to talk about how to start your business in 2021. So, for those of you that are watching it now, or for everybody that's going to be watching the replay, so this is a live show brought to you by My Credit Funding. We're talking about how to start your business in 2021 because 2021 could be the best year for you to start your business with so much going on with the pandemic, with businesses closing. That means there's got to be some new entrepreneurs that got to step up and start some businesses in 2021. So let's talk about it. So how to start a business in 2021. So there's about 3 weeks left in December. So what you need to do is this: 2021, right? Everything is there's going to be so much activity going on online that everything is going online. So which means you got to get all your social medias together. So you got to get your YouTube, you got to get your Facebook, you got to get your Instagram. You got to prepare all your social media because communication is going to be centralized. So which means a lot more activity is going to be happening online, right? So that's what you call the future of communication. So there's going to be more people watching video. There's going to be more people listening to live video like this one right now. There's going to be more people listening to podcasts. So that's why if you're listening to this, you got to set up your podcast. So Anchor FM, there's a company called Anchor FM. They offer free podcasting distribution. So once you set up a free account with them, you can basically start your podcast from your phone. That's how powerful it is. From your phone, you can start your podcast. So Anchor FM, and they do the distribution for you. Look at that. They do all the syndication for you on iTunes, on Spotify, on all the major podcasting syndication. So that's how you start your business in 2021. You got to get all your social medias ready because everything is going to be centralized online. So which means what you got to set up your YouTube channel, set up your Facebook live videos, set up your podcasting, set up your Instagram, because that's where activities, right? These companies, the YouTubes and the Facebook, they are going to dominate when it comes to online communication, right? YouTube is dominating. They've been dominating. Facebook is dominating on videos. They've been dominating, right? And now you have companies like Spotify that are now entering into the whole podcasting arena. So which means that's how you start a business in 2021, right? You got to get your social medias together, your social media handles, right? If all you have is a phone, then you got to start with your phone. Start recording from your phone. Start doing all your contact from your phone, because the future of communication is going to be centralized within these not small platform, but these major platforms. So the YouTubes, the Instagrams, the Facebook, and Spotify for podcasting. So as I mentioned with Spotify, they own a company called Anchor FM, right? So Anchor FM was bought by Spotify. So which means you can set up Anchor FM and then start doing all your podcasting from Anchor FM. So that's how you set it up. Now let me check my page here. Let me see if I'm actually live, because I'm streaming live on my Facebook page. So let's see what's going on. Okay, My Credit Funding is live. So it looks like I am live. So yeah. So anybody that's watching this, or anybody that's going to be watching this in the future, you got to set up your social medias. You got to set up your video platform, right? This is the time now to get on YouTube. This is the time now to get on Facebook and to get on podcasting platforms like Anchor FM, which is free. All these platforms that you see there, they're all free, right? It doesn't cost you any money to set it up. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Anchor FM, it's all free platforms. So you got to get on it. That's how you start a business in 2021, right? You got to be able to create content, right? It's going to be all about content, right? So you're going to have to develop a producer's mindset for 2021, which means, find out what it is that you want to start, what business that you want to start that fits with your personality, right? If it's audio, then you're going to have to start doing some podcasting, some audio podcasting. If it's video, so if you're more comfortable with being in front of the camera, then you can do, live videos on Facebook, or you can do recorded video and upload it on YouTube, right? If it's blog, then that's what you got to do, right? But you got to find the medium that you're more comfortable with. And then once you find that medium, find your level of expertise. What are you good at? What are you passionate about? What do you find what are you researching? What industries are you into, right? So that's how you start a business in 2021, by asking these critical questions. You got to ask, okay, what are you really interested in? What is your passion? What is your industry? What do you spend most of your time watching or listening to or consuming? What is your skill set? What is your level of knowledge? What are you good at? Are you good at writing? Are you good at speaking? If you're good at speaking, then you might want to start your own podcast, or start your own live video, or start your own recorded audio and put it up. But 2021, that's how you start a business, because everything is centralized, right? The YouTubes and the Facebooks, they are going to be dominating, right? Right now, TikTok is trending, or TikTok is, they're actually picking up momentum, right? They're actually one of the few platform that was able to come in and take away attention from these major platforms such as the YouTube and the Facebook. But the YouTubes and the Facebook, they're going to be around for quite some time. So that's why, if you want to start a business, right, that's what we're talking about. If you want to start a business in 2021, right, start with registering with all these social media, because it's free. All right, these platforms are free. There's billions of people that consume content from these platforms on a daily base, on a monthly base, right? Once you start your content, you can boost it. You can do a test ad. You can boost it. Facebook gives you that option for you to boost your post. Instagram, right? You can even connect with influencers. So you can find people that already have a large following, and see if they can, they'll probably charge you for you to post your content on their page. But that's what you got to do. You got to be able to set up your social medias in 2021, because everything is centralized, right? There's so much activities going on online right now that if you're not online, you're going to be left behind, especially if you want to start a business, right? Like, there's so much uncertainty in terms of the retail space, right? Because right now, right, even though the commercial real estate is low, but there's so much uncertainty in terms of, you don't know when there's going to be another lockdown. You don't know if 3 weeks from now or 3 months from now. So there's a lot of uncertainty in that area in terms of retail spaces, in terms of setting up space or setting up a storefront, because you just don't know. You just never know what's going to happen. But if you start something online, right, it's easy to scale it, right? It's easy to manage it because your overhead cost is low, right? You don't have any overhead costs, right? You're not paying any, you're not paying basically you're not paying anything for servers. You're not paying anything for video storage. Why? Because you got infrastructures like the YouTubes, the Facebook, and the podcasting platforms such as Anchor FM, right? Now, there's also live streaming platform that you can use, such as StreamYard, right? StreamYard is like, it's so popular right now that, right, there's StreamYard and Zoom. Like, those are the most common used. StreamYard for live videos and Zoom for video conferencing. Like, almost everybody nowadays is either using StreamYard or they're using Zoom, right? So you have to understand, you got to know what StreamYard is, so that way you can start getting on that platform, start doing your interviews, start doing some collaborations with with people all over the world, so you can start creating content. Why? Because 2021 is going to be the year of producers. People, you got to produce content. You got to produce, right? You got to share your knowledge, right? That's how it starts, right? Because the entry to, because there's not a lot of barrier in terms of entering into this space. It's just the question of you putting out a lot of content in the area, in your field, right? So whatever it is that whatever your level of expertise is, you got to find a medium, right? Find a platform that you can share. You can talk about your, what talk about what you're good at. Talk about, what you can do for people, right? That's what you call value proposition. So you got to choose a platform, because that's where the future of communication is heading to: video, live video, and podcasts. And as I mentioned, for podcasts, there's Anchor FM, which is free. You can set it up, start creating your own podcast from your phone. Like right now, you don't really need equipment. You don't need a camera. You just need your phone. Your phone is an asset. Your phone is a resource. Your phone, a lot of people, that's what they use to run their business. They run their business from their phone. They take payments from their phone. They send emails from their phone. People run their business from their phone. So if you have a phone and you have internet connection, then you can start a business in 2021, right? You can start a business in 2021. That's all you need is a phone and internet connection right now, right? With so much businesses closing right now, right? There's a need for marketing agencies, so social media marketing agency, because a lot of businesses are shutting down their doors. New businesses are going to start opening it up. Now, these new businesses, they would need, online social media agencies to help them up with their marketing. So that's where you come in, right? If you have social media skills, if you know how Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, how to run ads, how to run, paid advertising, then, right, 2021 is going to be a good year for you. It's going to be a good year for you because, right, a lot of businesses, as they're closing, new businesses got to come up. That's the only way for the economy to balance, right? Because, a lot of these businesses that went out of business, they left a lot of void in the economy, right? They left a lot of need to be satisfied in terms of services to be provided. So that's why there's going to be a new class of entrepreneurs that are going to come up. So that's why you got to choose your platform, right? Choose your medium, whatever you're comfortable with. You got to set it up. If it's audio, then go with audio, do podcasts. If it's video, then set up your video, your YouTube. All these, as I mentioned, these are all free. Doesn't cost you money. You don't need any equipment, right? That's all you need is your phone to get started, right? So you don't miss out on this, on this new knowledge-based economy, right? You don't need a location. Your phone is your location. If you have internet, you can run a business. If you have, right? That's all you need is internet. You don't need space. You don't need a location. You don't need, you just need your phone. Your phone is your headquarters. Your phone is your office, right? Your phone, that's all you need. If you have a phone and if you have internet, good solid internet, then you can start a business in 2021 just like that, right? But it starts with you, as I mentioned. You got to find out what it is that you're good at, what industry you want to get into. Now, there's certain industries that are going out of business. They're just fading. So you got to do your research, right? And know exactly what industry to get into. Right now, personal development industry, consulting industry, education, online education industry. These are industries that are booming right now, right? More and more people, as people lose their job, as they get laid off, right? They're looking to acquire new skill set. They're looking to acquire new knowledge. So it's going to be about skill-based education now. So education is going to be booming, right? Personal development, business coaches, social media agencies, online social media marketer, all these, industries or all these different sectors. That's where the economy is going. So that's the new knowledge-based economy. So you got to get on it, right? And as I mentioned, you don't need much. You don't need money. You just need your phone, good internet connection, right? To start creating your audio, start creating your podcast, start creating your interviews, start creating your content, right? It's all about content. You got to put out content so you can become visible, so people can know who you are, so they can, they can know your level of knowledge, they can know your expertise, and then from there, then you start building your website. You start putting your website together so you can take, contact, so people can reach you out. But that's how you do it, right? That's how you do it. Now, another thing that you can do is you can understand how a business model canvas works, right? Because, right, you don't really need to to write a 25-page business plan. You might need that in the future, but when you're starting your business, you don't need that. You just need to organize your idea. You just need to summarize your idea. And the business model canvas allows you to summarize your idea in one page, right? So that's what you're looking at right now. You're looking at a business model canvas. So what is a business model canvas? It's just a one-page summary of your business idea in terms of to break it down to see if your business idea is, if it's profitable, if it makes sense, right? Or if it's just an idea that, but that's what a business model canvas is, right? So as you can see here, we're on the right hand side, right hand side where it says customer segment. So you got to know who your customer segment is, right? Like for example, Facebook has two customer segments, right? It has the viewers or the users, and it also has the advertisers. So Facebook is dealing with two customer segments at the same time. It's dealing with the advertisers, and it's also dealing with the users. So you and I, we log into Facebook every day to share information, to see what's going on, right? So Facebook has to cater to us because they need to create a platform so it can be user friendly to the user, because without the user there is no advertisers, right? Because the advertisers are only advertising on Facebook's platform because there's user, because Facebook has about 1 billion monthly active users. So that's a lot, right? So that's why they're catering to two different customer segments. So they're dealing with the users and they're also dealing with the advertisers or the businesses, right? So you got to know your customer segment because you might be dealing with, right, two types of customer segment, right? Depending on your revenue streams, right? You might want to do subscription, you might want to do advertising, you might want to do what else, pay as you go, right? So you got to come up with your own strategy in terms of revenue, how you plan to make revenue, right? Now you can always read about this, you can read about revenue streams, business model, but you got to know your business model and your revenue stream and your customer, right? You got to have your channels, which is easy. The channels is where you plan to distribute your information or your content. So it could be email marketing, it could be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, it could be you name it, right? The online community. So that's what you call your channels. And then your customer relationship. So with customer relationship, it's basically how do you plan to maintain that relationship with your customer after they liked your page or after they buy your service or after they contact you. So that's what you call customer relationship, right? So it could be you creating a Facebook page or a Facebook group, right? To create an online community to reach out to your customers, or it could be you creating a Facebook page to get messages, or it could be you having an email so they can contact you by email. So that's what you call a customer relationship customer relationship, right? And then, as I mentioned, revenue stream. How do you plan to make money, right? Is it through subscription? Especially if you're going online, if you're starting a business in 2021, you want to start a business as online, right? Online business is the easiest because there is no cost, there is no overhead. But it does require you to be creative and put in a lot of work, create a lot of content, right? Now, it could take you a year, it could take you 2 years, but you got to start. You got to start somewhere. You got to start by creating your platforms, by creating your social medias. And as I mentioned, understanding your revenue stream, how you plan to make money. But that will come after you start creating the content. And then you're going to start realizing, what it is that, audience, what kind of content works, and then from there you can choose how to monetize on it. Now, value proposition is very important. Value proposition is how you plan to basically offer value to your customers or your audience, right? What is it about your products or services that makes you different from everybody else? Because remember, online, there's so much activities going on online. There's so much activities. That means you got to be you got to come up with a value proposition. What is it about your service, your product, your business, your idea, your level of knowledge? How do you plan to add value into them, right? Is it through ease of use? Is it through personalization? Is it through your access, your information or your knowledge is accessible? So you got to come up with a value proposition. So how do you plan to be different? How do you plan to add value to your customer, to your audience, or to your future prospect, right? So that's what you call value proposition, right? And then your key activities is what you got to do every day. So you got to be doing some production, you got to be doing some content, you got to be creating videos, you got to be creating audio, you got to be creating podcasts, you got to be doing email marketing, whatever it is that you got to do. But you got to start with the key activity, which is the content production, the videos, because you want to be visible. You want people to know you, right? You want them to know who you are, what you do, your level of knowledge, level of expertise. So your key activities could be doing YouTube videos, doing live videos, doing, podcasting, and so on. So, and then key resources, as I mentioned, is what you have. So all you need is your cell phone. Your phone is your key resource, right? That is your key resource. If you have a cell phone, if you have a laptop, if you have internet, that's all you need, right? That's your key resource. And then your key partners could be maybe you collaborating with other creators that are online, that are creating videos, audios, that is similar to your niche, right? So that's what you call key partners. And then your cost structure, right? So your cost structure is looking at how much is it going to cost for you to run your business, right? Maybe your cell phone bill, maybe your internet bill, maybe the website that you're going to build, right? But if you're starting an online business, your cost structure should be minimum, should be low, because the barrier to entry is it's low, right? You don't need that much money to start your business in 2021, right? Because online technology is an equalizer. It equalizes everybody, which means you don't need money to start. You need creativity. You need to put in some work. You need to know what platform works for you, whether it's audio, video, live video, YouTube, whatever you need, but you got to choose one so you can start creating content, putting some content, because everything is going online. Everything is going to be centralized online. There's going to be more activity online. People are going to be spending more time online, right? So that's why you got to find your medium, find your the platform that suits you, that fits you, so that way you can start creating some content. It's all about content, right? 2021 is going to be the year of producer. So you got to have that producer mindset, right? You got to that mindset to start producing some content, audio, video, podcasting, blog, whatever it is, because that's how you start, right? You're going to start by setting up your platforms first, which is free, right? How do you start a business in 2021? Well, that's how you do it, right? Start by setting up your YouTubes, your Facebooks, right? Because these are all free platforms that you can start using in collaboration, combine it with your phone. You can do live video from your phone. You can do podcasting from your phone. You can do a quick video and record it all from your phone, right? So that's how you start. You start by setting up your social medias and all that stuff. And then once you have all your social media, then you start, using the business model canvas. So start writing down your idea in one page. Summarize it in one page. That's what you call a business model canvas. You want to summarize your idea in one page to see if it's going to be profitable, if it's going to be right, because you want to know how much it's going to cost you, right, in terms of time and money to run your business online, right? But as I said, with all these social media, it's, you don't need much, but it is going to cost you time, right? It's going to cost you some time. So that's why you want to be able to summarize your idea in terms of, okay, who is my ideal customer segment? Who am I reaching out to? What is the revenue stream? How do I plan to make money from it? Is it through subscription? Is it through affiliate? Is it through asset sale by you selling a product? Is it through online courses? Is it through affiliate marketing? So you got to figure out how you plan to make money or revenue, and then the rest is there. But that's how you start in 2021, right? You got to start with your platform. So set up your platforms, video, audio. These are all free, right? Because it doesn't cost you anything, right? Because most of the time, one of the barriers to starting a business is money, right? People don't have the money to invest in equipment, to invest in cameras, and to invest in lighting and microphone. You don't need all that. All that is right now is not necessary, right? What's necessary is that you start your business, you start your idea, you put it together, start setting up your social media. As I mentioned, it's free. You're probably already on it. And then once you have it, then start creating content, right? Start creating content, start with you probably want to do it once a week, but you got to be consistent, right? Pick a date that you're going to use to create content. It could be 1 day a week. It could be 2 day a week. It could be 3 day a week, depending on your schedule. But you got to pick a date and then start creating that content, right? And then talk and see what it is that you want to talk about. What are you good at? What fits you, right? Are you good at, is it math? Is it, are you good at you just got to research it. You got to figure it out what you're good at, and then start creating content in that area. And as I mentioned, once you start creating content, you're going to start getting some buzz, and then you start your your website, right? But then, right, and then you start, because Facebook allows you to boost your post, allows you to advertise your content for pennies on the dollar, right? So you don't really need much money to start the business online, but you got to start it, right? Because 2021 is going to be different, man. 2021 is going to be crazy, right? And here at My Credit Funding, as I mentioned, we're always talking about credit. So start building your personal credit at the same time, because the more, once you build your credit, once you fix your credit, you're going to start realizing you're going to start having access to credit, from banks, from lenders. But that will come after, that will come later. But in the meantime, that's what you want to do. Start setting up your social medias, right? And then eventually, slowly start building up your credit, because credit is also very important as you move forward, especially as we head into 2021 with everything being transitioned online, right? There's going to be more activities online, and then everything is going to be based on credit and approval and so on. So you want to, got to keep that in the back of your head, right? That eventually you're going to have to fix your credit, right? Eventually you're going to have to put your credit in order, so that way you can access some capital. Because the last video I did, I talked about the law of proximity, man. The closer you are to something, the closer you are to money, the closer you are to people, the closer you are to industry, the easier it is to gain momentum, or to move, or to gain access in that field. So that's why, here at My Credit Funding, we talk about credit education, financial literacy, and business training. So that's what we're doing today. We're talking about how to start your business in 2021, right? Start setting up your social medias, start creating content, right? And then start summarizing your idea by using the business model canvas, right? Your customer segment, who's your customer segment, right? Your ideal niche, your channels, Facebook, YouTube, email marketing, customer relationships. Set up your Facebook group so customers can contact you, or your audience, right? Your revenue stream. Is it through, are you going to be selling something online? Is it a subscription? Is it pay as you go? Your value proposition, what makes you different? What are they getting from you that, that's different from everybody else? Your key activity. You got to create you got to create content every day, either every day, but you got to stick to a schedule, right? So that's what you call key activity. So either it's once a week, once a month, depending on your schedule, but you got to do it, right? And then your key resources, as I mentioned, is your phone. Your phone is your number one key resources. All right. So I think I'm going to, I'm going to be doing more live videos in the future. All right. I was going to use another software, but it wasn't working. So I can see, right, if there's anybody asking any questions, so I can be answering any questions at the same time. So in the future, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing some more live videos. So if you got any questions on credit, post it, if you got any question on business, on digital marketing, because when it comes to media, I was in that space. I was in the media space. So when it comes to live video, when it comes to podcasting, when it comes to video, like that's, I was in that space, and then I moved into credit, and now I'm back into media again, right? So talking about how to start your business in 2021. Gotta set up your social media so you can get the ball going. Okay, so I think I'm gonna stop here. So for those of you that are watching now, for those of you that are going to be watching later on in the future, as I mentioned, you can always leave a comment. So if you want to know something about credit, something about business marketing, media, live streaming, live video, because that's what we're all about here at My Credit Funding. We're credit education, financial literacy, and business training. We're giving you the trifecta. You got to know about your credit, and you got to know business, right? So we're giving you that knowledge all in one platform. All right. So until then, don't forget to subscribe, share, and like our page on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram at My Credit Funding, so you can get some more information and, get ready for 2021. 2021 could be the best year. It could be one of your best years ever, right? So it all starts with the right mindset. So you got to have the right mindset, the right perspective, the right visual, the right conversation, right? You got to have the right conversation with yourself and the people around you, so that way you can be inspired, because conversation produces innovation, which leads to the right course of action. All right. So until then, I'm going to see you on the next video. Peace and blessings.